Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the R Holistic Killer, aka Sonia B. So I am back and I have several different prophetic messages. So with that being said, before I get into the message, I do want to say this. So if this message does not apply, then just let it fly, okay? But if you feel like you're being divinely guided to stay through the whole message, please do so, because obviously there's a message that may be there for you and it could be there for you within the near future. And that could mean 2 weeks out, it could mean a month out, or it could mean like 2 months out. So keep that in mind as well too. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead on and get into the message. Okay, so the first message that I received was on December the 5th. I should have probably got you guys this message a little sooner, but I didn't have the time to. But I do want to say this. Beware of energy vampires, okay? And I heard this message kind of like, beware of this energy all the way up until probably like the summertime. Possibly until like June, okay? So beware of energy vampires, okay? And I just saw 555 as I said that. Excuse me. So be aware of energy vampires. Energy vampires can come in any way, shape, or form, okay? It can come from people at the White House all the way down in between to your own personal house, okay? And it can come in any way, shape, or form. As I said before, it can come through family members, co-workers, bosses, it doesn't matter. People that you don't know on the streets. So just be mindful of that. I am going to do a TikTok video on this. So you might want to go over to TikTok tomorrow sometime. If you're not already subscribed to my TikTok channel, at least you'll get the notifications when I do post a new video. But I am going to do a video on energy vampires, okay? So that way you kind of be mindful of these type of people, okay? So with that being said, again, the message was be aware of energy vampires because they're trying to steal your energy, okay? And again, you can go to TikTok tomorrow to listen to that video. So, I mean, I have time to post it today. So anyway, so I received another message, which was on December the 7th. And the way I saw this was some parents who are, let's just say, single parent. And this is no judgment to anybody who is, because I am a single parent, okay? I'm a single parent as well too, but I say all that to say some of you single parents who have things that you have to deal with, in a sense, it's almost, and I see it, this came in the form as if it's younger children. So if you're someone who's a single parent, have younger children, maybe between the ages, maybe like, let's say maybe like 4 or 7 is just what I heard, okay? Be mindful of that, because the way I saw this was some of you adults, you're going to start trusting your children a little bit more. And if you're someone that's receiving any type of, assistance through the, county, government, whatever, it doesn't matter, okay? And this is no judgment to anyone, okay? Because once upon a time, I had needed some help as well, too. So again, no judgment. But I say all that to say that some of you guys are going to start trusting your children a little bit more, even though they're going to be younger. One thing I've always said about children, I used to say this to a family member of mine, because I think they thought that because they were older, that they were wiser. And yes, the older the person, sometimes the wiser, they can be, but sometimes the older the person, depending on whether they learned the lessons or not, sometimes there could be a little bit of immaturity there. So I say all that to say that you have to realize these younger children nowadays are nothing more than the ancestors being manifested back through these children that are being born, that are being reincarnated back into the earthly plane. And so they're coming, and it's almost like they're full of wisdom and knowledge. Why? Because they've been here before, okay? So stop sleeping on these children, okay? So anyway, but again, use your wise judgment and your intuition, because I'm not talking about those parents who pass certain habits, patterns, and certain things like that down to their children. That's a whole nother video on TikTok to do. But anyway, I'm talking about those children who come, and they come seeming like they have a lot of wisdom and knowledge, okay? So this next message that I received is very important, okay? So this message came through as if you're someone who was like, and even if you're not the person that it's happening to, but you know somebody who is like this, people who are like considered like daddy girls in a sense, and whether their dad is in their life or not, or whether their mom is in their life and their mom kind of take the role of the dad and kind of give their child whatever it is that they want. This is like an adult child, the way I saw it. So some of these people are about to find themselves going through something, okay? So they're about to find themselves going through something mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And the reason why I say that is because God was revealing to me, and this dream was, they're talking about things that they have no idea what they're talking about, because what they're doing was, it's kind of like they're pointing a finger at people, and it's kind of like they're throwing people underneath the bus. but they don't even know these people's stories, okay? So I just heard a lack of intuition, okay? So if you know somebody whose parent is possibly, I don't necessarily want to say an authority figure, but somebody who is kind of out there where people kind of look up to them in a sense. I saw like this adult child is kind of like a troublemaker in a sense. They like to kind of get people in trouble in a sense. And it kind of, and I'm hearing it goes back to their childhood, okay? And this is some emotional unhealing that needs to be dealt with. But nevertheless, if you are watching, and if you're not watching, if you're somebody who knows somebody that's like this, again, somebody who acts like their daddy's little girl, and again, it can come in a form whether it's their dad or whether it's their mom, talking about situations that they have no idea what they're talking about, just trying to wreak havoc on people's lives, okay? So some of you about to, I just heard get your ass handed to you, okay? Don't get upset with the messenger. I'm just delivering a message, okay? So just be mindful of that, okay? I always say that karma has people address, okay? So what you put out, I know sometimes people think, oh, karma ain't coming for me. Karma, I do all this, and ain't nothing happened to me. No, karma just catches people off guard, that's all. So, and I just heard the word spoiled too. Someone who acts like they're spoiled, whether it's by their mom or whether it's by their father. And I'm not talking about little children. I'm talking about adult, grown children, okay? And this next message, this one came on December the 8th. Okay, so this one came last night. So this dream, it was like keep changing yourself until you meet that desired person who you want to be. So in other words, whatever it is that you're working on in your life right now, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, whoever it is that you're trying to become, if you're trying to get out of old habits, patterns, and behaviors in a sense, keep pushing forward, because the more you feed that energy with trying to change yourself, the more it's going to just pick up momentum, and it's going to help you to get to that place that you want to be, okay? So yeah, so keep that in mind as well too. But let me read it again. It said keep saying and keep changing until you meet that desired person that you want to be, okay? So keep doing it. Each and every day is a new day. So if one day you don't get it right, you always got the next day to keep at it until, it becomes practice makes perfect, or perfect practice makes perfect, however you want to say it, okay? And then this other dream came through. Some of you guys should be mindful because the way I saw this was some people are going to start realizing, and they're going to see the God within you, okay? They're going to see that God is here on earth and is manifested down through certain individuals, okay? So people are really going to see the God on certain people, okay? So be mindful of that as well too, because I just heard God is about to reveal what he has been hiding, okay, all this time. The other message is, some of you guys may find yourself dealing with past situations, okay? The past is coming up so that it can be healed, dealt with, and trying to get you to move on in a sense so that you, yeah. Okay, so for certain people, it's going to be that you're having dreams about certain people, and what is happening here is this information is coming up, whether it's coming up with you or whether it's coming up with the other person, because there's something that's coming up that needs to be healed and needs to be dealt with, okay? Because so many people have not realized that how much emotional healing that they need to have done. And I say that to say that they have been kind of walking around, and I just heard thinking that their shit doesn't stink. In all reality, there's a lot of stinky stuff underneath the surface that you didn't even know that was there. So as I said in my 2023 TikTok video, some of you guys are going to realize, one, how good God is this year, and he's going to reveal himself to you, okay? And then two, we all are going to go through this energy of, if you have not done the inner work, for those who have not done the inner work, and those who just kept, I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to just push my stuff off on other people. I'm going to let somebody else. No, 2023, you're about to have your ass handed to you. And I'm not saying that in a nasty way, because that's just what I heard. And I heard in a sense of, people are waking up. People are no longer going to take the fact of you trying to not do your inner work, but they're doing the inner work. And let me just say this, because this is just what I heard. Thank you, Spirit. The longer it takes you to jump into action, to do the inner work. And the more you push it off, the longer it's going to take you to get to that desired destination that it is that you want to get to. Okay. So let me say that again. The longer it takes you, if you don't put in that inner work now, you're just going to keep finding yourself going to the back of the line and keep going to the back of the line while other people are evolving. And then at some point in time, you may realize that you're probably the only person standing there who has not done the inner healing work. And you realize, I wasted all of this time and I could have been where it is that I want to be. But now I got to play catch up. Okay. So I say all that to say that either you can put in the inner work now, or again, you can keep trying to push it off. And you can keep trying to neglect yourself or neglect your problems or neglect your issues and think that people are going to carry your shit, and they're not. Okay. Because again, God is waking his people up and letting them know what people have been doing behind the scenes. Okay. So anyway, but with that being said, so just pay attention and be mindful of your dreams, because again, some past situations could be coming up, and it's coming up so that you can heal it so that you can heal it in order to, so that you can feel it in order to heal it. I know sometimes when we going through, emotional pain, sometimes people don't want to deal with that. Sometimes people don't want to feel that hurt. They don't want to feel that pain. But, I'm someone who had to go through that energy, okay? And I went through that energy so that I can reach back and help other people, or help assist them, not help them, but help assist them on their journey in a sense, okay? And I say all that to say that I'm not here to do any work for anybody. I'm only here to help assist and carry my own load and nobody else's load. And that you should be having that same mindset as well too. Carry your own load and nobody else's load, okay? See the next... Okay. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. Those are all the messages that I have. So again, you guys can go over to TikTok tomorrow sometime, and you can push that subscribe button so that way you get the notification when I do post that Energy Vampires. But 2023, I will be doing a lot more topics over on TikTok. I won't be doing them on YouTube. So I'm letting you know now that you might want to go ahead and subscribe now so you can be a part of what's taking place over there on YouTube in a sense, so that way that you can not only be in the spiritual 411 for the prophetic messages, but you can also hear what is energetically happening behind the scenes. Because as I said, just as there's a physical world, there's a spiritual world coexisting it. And we can only see most people who are not in tune to their intuitions and who are not in tune to their sixth senses, most of them, if they're not in tune, the only thing that they're seeing and experiencing most of the time is stuff in the physical world. But those people who are in tune to their sixth senses and their spiritual gifts, they are seeing it from both sides. So I say all that to say, the TikTok videos are more so about, uncovering things that has been hidden, okay? Hidden from the general public, hidden from people, hidden from us all, even myself, once upon a time before awakening, okay? Not saying that I know everything, but I do know the things that God has revealed to me so far. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end that message there, but I hope the information was helpful. But with all that being said, I wish you all much love, much light, and I hope that you guys are starting your 2023 off right. So just embrace yourself, hold on tight, and get ready for the ride. That's all I can tell you. So with that being said, you guys have a beautiful day. Okay? Bye.